Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with this is a Bitcoin update video. Forgot about that. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So we do have a couple of things. Anyone has not seen my retirement video, the bulk of why, or a decent reason why I had just retired is because I 100% believe that by putting half to more of half than my net worth into Bitcoin, I think it will go 20x up to over $1 million per Bitcoin by 2030, and I could just live off that. Everything else, that's not including all the philanthropic goals I have. That again is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but there's a lot of arguments to support that. Now, coming from Seeking Alpha, article reads: Grayscale Bitcoin Trust buying Bitcoin at a discount. Summary says the lack of U.S. traded Bitcoin ETF continues to elude investors. Many remain uncomfortable holding Bitcoin themselves and prefer a reputable custodian for security reasons. This is interesting. The most elegant solution is the Grayscale product, of which I am a big fan. Again, I'm just reading. An interesting anomaly has occurred where investors can buy Bitcoin at a discount, which will be explained below. Bitcoin market cap is over $1 trillion. For those of you that don't know, if you're just joining and you're just looking at this for like, oh, hey, why should you buy Bitcoin? And not a financial advisor, is not financial advice, but this is why I'm buying. Article below is my current thoughts on Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, now that Bitcoin has surpassed $1 trillion in market cap. The eclipsing of $1 trillion levels is a significant event as it allows additional large-scale institutions to gather assets in the sector. I know it sounds mind-boggling, but at a market cap of $200 million, which was less than $20 a coin, the market was considered too small and immature for more prominent players to play in. We have witnessed for initial foray of what I term the pioneers, namely Square, Tesla, and the king of Bitcoin himself, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy, dive into deep end of the pool and add Bitcoin directly onto the corporate balance sheet. Now, the companies have these on their balance sheet. That doesn't necessarily mean that the CEOs have it. Of course the CEOs have it themselves. I would bet my life that Michael Saylor, Jack Dorsey, and Elon Musk all have Bitcoin on their personal selves, their personal accounts, that they probably have. If they have kids, they have accounts for their kids. They have Bitcoin. The world is changing at a very, very, very extraordinarily fast pace. Bitcoin is going to be the digital currency. There's going to be a bunch of digital currencies, and Bitcoin, let's say, only 20x's in 10 years, which is insane. But there's going to be other coins that are going to 50x, 100x. And even Michael Saylor says that Bitcoin can go 100x because you have all of these. You have 3 ETFs in Canada. You have 2 in Brazil. The U.S. I am trying to get this deal done so fast so I could try to put in as much Bitcoin as I can. And I don't care if I buy it. Let's say in 2 weeks it's 70 grand a Bitcoin. I don't care if I buy it at 70 grand a Bitcoin and then it goes down to 35 the next. I don't care if it gets cut in half because it's a long-term hold. I don't care what it does in the short term. I don't know. I don't care. That's just the belief that I have in it. Moving on to this article, I suspect we're at the cusp of a broader adoption of Bitcoin as an asset class, with corporations flush with cash using the asset as a hedge against money devaluation. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Once this ETF gets approved in America, latest by October 28th, could be done before then. But yeah, this is there is so much, hundreds of billions of dollars that would go into it. And you have Elon Musk that put 1.5 billion. I think that's the most. I think we're going to learn soon that Twitter is going to do it as well. And other companies, or Norwegian companies, all of these other companies are going to go put on their balance sheet. Why would they hold cash? The U.S. government prints trillions of dollars a year in cash. So you hold something else that can't be made more of, can't be devalued. That makes so much sense. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my companies. The adoption is unabashedly bullish for Bitcoin due to the fixed overall supply and ability to mine new coins caked. Due to Bitcoin's decentralized nature with no government authority, the threat of devaluation is effectively off the table, which is perfect. The bullish backdrop is tailored for GBTC as assets to continue as well. GBTC now boasts a market cap north of 30 billion. Wow. Even with this bullish backdrop, an exciting anomaly has opened up with shares of the trust now trading at a discount to net asset value. Interesting. Now, GBTC has consistently traded at a premium to the net asset value. Grayscale was able to attract qualified investors to buy shares in the trust via a private placement at the NAV. The idea was to use shorting techniques to lock in the spread at a relatively riskless endeavor as long as GBTC traded at a premium to NAV. The keywords are almost riskless as the premium evaporated once the Nasdaq and tech in general came under selling pressure in February. Now the ARK angle. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I hope they mentioned Cathie Wood. I found it very interesting during the height of the market correction in high growth tech stocks in early March. The ARK Next Generation, known as ARKW, marked a significant low in GBTC spreads. On March 4th, the spread widened to 11.59%, its highest on record. It dovetails nicely with a near bottom in the ARKW chart, with GBTC its second largest holding. Quote, I have no doubt selling in the ARKW coupled with reversals in the premium capture strategies led to the softness in GBTC, end quote. How can we get a good base case to decide on the asset future? Well, here's the base case. According to the article, the base case scenario is for GBTC to trade at a slight discount to the NAV. I'm going to move on from that just because that's really talking about that. Okay, potential Grayscale solution. The ultimate solution should come in the form of Grayscale converting the GBTC into an ETF. This ETF for these Bitcoins and cryptos, once you see one, you'll see the other, and the other. It's like women and I'm going to use a different analogy. It's like once you get one, it's easier to get the second and the third and fourth. I'm talking about ETFs here, not about the other stuff I was about to mention. I suspect this is the most likely outcome with reports Grayscale has hired industry experts to study the issue. With the most prominent position in the space, upstarts will eat their lunch with lower fees unless Grayscale acts quickly. Willing to speculate this will be the case and have shifted portion of my Bitcoin purchases into the GBTC to take advantage of the discount. For me, I'm just going to buy Bitcoin. Like, again, the ETFs are not something like I did dabble in the VOO and the SPY when I was first starting to invest. I was like, yeah, they're safe. They go up a certain percentage a year, but Tesla's worth so much more. So it's so much more undervalued. So I just I sold everything, put everything in Tesla. The only stock I own is Tesla. That's the only stock. The only cryptocurrency. Well, I do have a couple Pokemon NFTs. I don't know if it really counts as cryptocurrency, but just keeping things transparent. Because my thinking is as the underlying asset appreciates, I doubt the discount band will widen into the double-digit range. If it does, it encourages some creative thinkers such as Saylor to concoct some esoteric trades to capture the spread, much like what occurred in GBTC traded at a premium. Outside of that, like I said, there's risk in anything. You could have a black swan event. We could have a solar flare, and Bitcoin could be worthless because, again, that solar flare happens. But if solar flare happens, we have bigger problems. I'm putting, in the next couple weeks, half of my net worth into Bitcoin. And again, I just retired. So if something happens to it and it goes to zero, I have to go back to work. So anyway, guys, I love you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I think this is I mean, even if it reaches $100,000 of Bitcoin before I'm able to buy it, I'm still going to buy it. Because, again, it's a long-term hold. I guarantee if it goes to 100 and I buy it, it's going to go right back down to 60. It's like, oh, shouldn't have done that. But, again, long-term hold. I love you guys. I love you. Goodbye. Everyone say bye-bye to Desi. Bye-bye, Desi. Goodbye. Meow.